What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now, before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we're now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer. Only time will tell, but as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed, the possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of this set. But it wouldn't be the first time that I pulled a collector's rare, because I also pulled this. Freshly pulled out of my Genesis Impact box opening that I did last year is a collector's rare B-Cup from the Underworld. This scene is absolutely beautiful, you guys. The centering on the back is a bit off from top to bottom, but honestly, it really doesn't make much of a damn, because I am going to be getting this card graded, but I never really came up with a good opportunity to do so. But with that being said, if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 80% of you guys are watching the content. Excuse me. But you guys aren't even subscribed to the channel. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you haven't subscribed, make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below, excuse me, answering the question of the day, which basically ties with today's video. But the question of the day is this: what would you guys consider to be the greatest tournament pack set of all time? Let me know down in the comments below. And for today's video, we are going to be talking about the brand new OTS 24. This set, looking at just the first like a couple of comments, I can automatically tell you guys that this set is going to be insane, because once we get into the super rares and the ultis, I have a feeling that we might be in for one hell of a 2024 in Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get straight into it. Kicking these off for the set are obviously the comments. Now, this set, usually with tournament packs, you get up to, I believe, like 20, like maybe 30 cards in the set, and half the set are commons, plus you get like like a decent amount of super rares, and you only get 3 ultis, and pulling all 3 ultis is literally like almost impossible, especially if you opened up like 10 packs or something. But if you were to open up a whole like booster box, sort of like, if you will, which that right there, you get like 100 packs. You're pretty much you're just about guaranteed to get at least a playset of all three ultis, and you only get like and you're guaranteed to get pretty much all the comments and all of the super rares. Excuse me. That's how usually the OTS sets work, and this is the only chance that you get for getting ultimate rares, unless if you count the rarity collection set, then you can get an ulti. But to be fair, I think in my personal opinion, I don't think any ulti compares to the ones that we get in the TCG, and I'm talking about like the ones from sets like Lord of the Attacking Galaxy and Primal Origin and those types of sets. Those ones are pretty good, but I think the OGs, talking like Flaming Eternity and Phantom Darkness, those are ultis. But with that being said, let's get straight into it. Kicking these off are the commons. We actually have a couple of Match Inspector cards going with obviously with the fact that we are getting new Match Inspector support, I think in Phantom Nightmare, if my memory serves right. So we have Match Inspector Tempest and Tornado. Now, I believe if I can get to Nexus on my phone. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, you guys. Log in. No. Go here. And I'll just pick a random deck. And now we look at Tempest. So, for those who don't know, Match Inspector Tempest is basically their Solemn Judgment, if you will. So, the effect reads, when a monster would be special summoned or a monster effect is activated, tribute 1 win spellcaster, negate the summon or activation, and destroy that card. Honestly, looking at this card, it's absolutely it is nasty. It's a really like nasty card to play in fucking Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know why honestly, in my opinion, I feel like Kieran should come back to 1 with a slight errata. At least that way, Match Inspector would be at full power. But the errata of Kieran would ensure that the opponents of Match Inspectors would be able to play around the deck's like disruptions, negations, and whatnot. That's what I believe anyway. But Tornado, but with that being said, Match Inspector Tornado reads tribute one win spellcaster, then target a monster your opponent controls, banish it. This literally is like their it's like their Cosmic Cyclone, but for monsters, which is pretty cool. Then, of course, obviously, we have Cyanide Mining, which obviously we all know Cyanide Mining. Pretty much any Cyberse-based deck runs 3 copies of it. Not much else to say about that. Then, of course, we got Raid Raptor Call, which I believe is their Rhoda, if I remember correctly. if my memory serves right, this is their Rhoda. Target one. Let's see here. Target one Raid Raptor monster you control. Special summon a monster with the same name as that monster on the field from your hand or deck in defense position. You can only activate this card once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters during the turn you activate this card except Raid Raptor monsters. So in a way, it's kind of like the Rhoda for the whole deck, but it's basically a cyber res system for the whole deck, which is absolutely insane. Not much else to say about that. Then, of course, we got Hymn of Light, which I believe Hymn of Light is a ritual spell to summon Saphira, Queen of Dragons, which, funny enough, is actually in this OTS set. So we do have Saphira, which is pretty crazy. Then, of course, we have Raid Raptor Force Strix, which Force Strix. Yeah, this card basically ensures that you can go into a Cyber Dragon Infinity if you're playing decks like say like Harpy or even Raid Raptor or even Blackwing for that matter. Pretty much any like Winged Beast based deck. Try saying that 5 times fast. Can actually use Force Strix, and then it helps you go into a Cyber Dragon Infinity, which is pretty cool to say the very least. And then of course, obviously Saphira. Then of course we got Raider's Wing, which I believe is one of the semi-newer cards that we had. Let's see. I got it right. Okay, so Raider's Wing. I believe this is if I can find it, I don't. Yeah, I can't seem to find it on here. Yeah, unfortunately for some reason it's not on here, on Nexus for some reason. But I don't know why. Let's see, let me try this. Let's go monster. Category. Effect. Ability, attribute, dark. Type would be Winged Beast. Winged Beast. Level 4. Go all. TCG, OCG. Here we go. Apparently nothing shows up. So, Raider's Wing, I believe this is the card that can basically, here we are, Raider's Wing, finally, found it. Found it. So Raider's Wing, yeah, so this basically, this card can give a dark Xyz monster the effect where it says that your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. This card is absolutely kind of cracked, to be quite honest. But That's actually a really good one, and as is Fire Flint Lady, perfect for excuse me, perfect for the Salad decks, Battling Boxer, Volcanic, Fire King with obviously with the Fire King structure deck that we got last year, absolutely insane. Then of course we got Ray Raptor Tribute Lanius, which I believe that card is actually a pretty decent one. Is a pretty decent one. During your main phase, if this card was normal or supposed to summon, this turn, you can send one Ray Raptor card from your deck to the grave. Excuse me. During your main phase 2, if this card is destroyed an opponent's monster by battle this turn, you can add one rank up magic quick play spell from your deck to your hands, and you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Ray Raptor monsters. It's going to use each effect once per turn. This card is pretty cracked. This card is basically spell trap Rhoda on the scenario that it destroys your opponent's monsters in battle and sends it to the graveyard. So it's really good, really nasty. Then of course we have Marionette Might, which Marionette Might is a bit of a tricky card to play, because the effect reads, you can discard this card to the grave, target a fiend or zombie monster control your opponent controls, take control of that target until the end phase. This is a bit tricky because of the fact that there are so many cards in the meta that can easily out a Marionette Might, including cards like I think Book of Moon, Book of Lunar Eclipse, and just like, and I think the original Book of Eclipse as well. It can flip down all monsters on board, and it ensures that Marionette Might's effect does not trigger. So basically, Marionette Might oftentimes can miss timing, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's still a pretty decent old school card to use. Then of course we've got Puppet Plant, which Puppet Plant, I believe, is a pretty decent one. You can discard this card to the grave, target a warrior or spellcaster monster your opponent controls, take control of. So basically, okay, so Marionette Might focuses on fiends and zombies. Puppet Plant focuses on warrior or spellcaster. So funny enough, this card, Puppet Plant, can be perfect against I believe I think Battling Boxer and Dark Magician for the most part, where as opposed to Marionette Might, Zombie World decks, and even also decks like Magical Musketeer, and even I think the Live Twin, Evil Twin decks, and Dark World are perfect for Puppet Plant to go up against, because again, with both Plant and Might, they're basically Snatch Steal, which is absolutely insane. Then of course we got Electric Virus. I believe this is one that focuses on something else. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So Marionette Might focuses on fiends and zombies. Puppet Plant focuses on warrior and spellcaster. Electric Virus focuses on machine and dragons. So Cyber Dragon, Trains, Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Galaxy Eyes, and Ancient Gears for the most part. Three really nasty cards, to say the very least. And then the last card, the last common card is called Bizarre Shock, which I don't think I've ever seen this card before. Let's see. Let's see here. 5-star Dark Fiend, 800 attack, 600 defense. If this card is summoned, return all set cards on the field to the hand. It's basically old school hate. It's basically old school Hey Trunade. Not much else to say about that. Not really, not a whole lot to say about that. Then of course we also have the super rares, which I believe there are 7, 8, 9. There's 9, 10. There's 10 of them. Okay, so the first super rare is obviously Manadium Reframing, which I've already talked about that on the channel already. Then of course we have Purely Yeep, which it's a bit of a cool card, but it is a bit too conditional to be quite honest. Then of course we got Terrors of the Overrule, which is a pretty good one. Purely Sleepy Memory, which is another good one. Triple D Wave High King Caesar, which I've been playing Master Duel a lot as of late, and the two big and the two decks that I've been playing the most are Blackwing and DDD, and honestly, Wave High King Caesar is actually pretty crazy in Master Duel, so might want to try it out. Then of course we got Unchained Soul of Sharvara, which Sharvara is a bit of a weird one, but just like Purely Yeet, this one's also a bit too conditional. Then of course we have Cornfield Codal, which Cornfield Codal, if my memory serves correct, this is one of the newer cards that I talked about. Let's see here. If this card battles, neither can be destroyed by that battle. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can discard this card, add one monster that mentions Chimera Fusion from your deck to your hand, except this card. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a card you control, while you control Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast, as a quick effect, you can banish the card from your field or grave, negate the effect, and destroy that card. This is basically Solemn Judgment for the whole deck, which is absolutely insane. Then, of course, we've got Labyrinth Chandragular, which, that card, let's see. This one, the effect of this one reads as a quick effect. You can send this card from your hand or field to the grave, and discard one card. Set one Labyrinth spell trap from your hand or deck, and if a monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect while this card is in your grave, except during the damage step, add this card to your hand. This is basically like a way to just recycle this card back to your hand, so you end up gaining more card advantage over your opponent, which is pretty cool. Then of course we've got Unchained Twins Arua, which Arua is just nasty on its own. And then last but not least we have King Tiger Wangu, which Wangu is actually a pretty decent card by 2024 standards. In fact, King Tiger Wangu, let's see. King Tiger Wangu, let's see. If a monster with 1400 or less attack is normal or special summon while you control this card, destroy those monsters with 1400 or less attack. This card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. This is basically right. This is basically like a much more funnier version of Raigeki, but it's more of a floodgate, if you will, which is pretty cool. And then for the ultis, I'm gonna be honest. Looking at the 3 ultis, I never would have imagined we would ever see it. So the first ulti, which is actually which is actually listed as OP24 EN001, is none other than this card. You guys see it, Chaos Angel, which Chaos Angel is just it is a very devastating card to play because of its effect. It reads, for this card's synchro summon, you can treat a one light or dark monster you control as a tuner. If this card is special summoned, you can target one card on the field, banish it. This card gains these effects based on the original attributes of materials, used for its synchro summon. Light. Synchro monsters you control are unaffected by monster effects activated by your opponent. Dark. Monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Honestly, this is a pretty nasty card to just on its own. In fact, I believe Chaos Archfiend does not have that effect, but it does. But this card does gain 2,000 attack based on what cards are banished, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, we have as well this card, Rock of the Vanquisher, which honestly, this card is actually kind of decent, but nowadays Vanquish Soul, you really don't see them all that often. Only time you see them is in fucking Master Duel, and that's it. But now we gotta talk about the last ulti that's in the set, and I'm gonna be honest, it's one that you would least expect. You ready? Yeah, you guys see it. Harpy's Feather Duster as an ulti, and I'm gonna be honest, I never would have thought that we would ever see the day that we would get Harpy's Feather Duster as a ulti, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Enough said. Now the question is this. Is this set, is it worth getting this set? Honestly, my opinion, I think it is. In my opinion, I think it's 100% worth it. Mainly because of the fact that some of these commons, a lot of people don't know about this, but some of these commons were also like rares and super rares, and they were like those versions of these cards were like like $10, $15, $20, and it was almost impossible for players to get their hands on these cards, such as Raiders Wing, which as a ultra rare, it was like a $40 ultra rare upon the upon the card's original release. Saphir was I believe a secret rare if I remember correctly, and it was like a $43 secret rare. Electric Virus, Puppet Planet, and Marionette Might, all three combined, they were, even from their original set, they were still common, but yet they were priced at crazy prices. I think at like $30, which is absolutely insane. Sign and Mining, I believe a secret rare in Cybernetic Horizon. $74 secret rare upon the set's release. Now, and yeah, sure, it may have gotten reprinted a few times in side sets and structured acts, but it raised the price of the original printing even higher. And even now with this printing, it's still going to go up. You know, and even also, you know, Harpy's Feather Duster, no matter how you see it, no matter what set you want to get it from, whether it's from the video game promos, whether it's from the tournament pack, what was it Tournament Pack 8, if I remember correctly, in 2005, or whether it was in Legendary Collection Yugi's World or Joey's World. Those cards are still going to be 20, 30, 40, maybe even $50. Maybe even $100 depending on where you get it from. In fact, I think Tournament Pack 8 as a super rare is going for like $300 right now, which is absolutely insane. So this is definitely worth it. I would definitely 100% get my hands on this set. So I might get myself a few packs, but I don't know if I will. I'll have to think about it, but definitely worth getting. But for the most part, if you're only in it just to get like maybe a card or two, singles. Go for the singles. But with that being said, guys, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.